Hello, how are you guys doing? Okay, I'm doing your daily reading for December the 20th, okay? If you don't mind, please hit the subscribe button to show your support. You can like, you can comment. I really appreciate it, okay? Okay, I'm going to get started with your reading, okay? So the first card that I have for you guys is the Seven of Swords, okay? So on December the 20th, there's some adversary lurking in someone's presence. This is a collective reading, so it could affect any number of you, okay? But you have an adversary that may be lurking around you, okay? I'm going to get a little bit more specific. The adversary that's lurking around you could be a person that you're about to break up with, okay? It's a lover that you are breaking up with. It could be probably because he's an adversary instead of a lover. That would probably be self-explanatory. Like, instead of the person showing you love, they're probably showing you hate. They're probably betraying you. And I mean, on their bad days, maybe they're stealing from you. But right here, we just know he's an adversary, okay? He's like an enemy. So he may be blaming you for things you didn't do. And like making up this whole drama that's totally untrue. Who knows, okay? So okay, we have an adversary and there's a breakup, okay? So someone is choosing to not invest in the situation anymore. That's normally what happens when there is a breakup, okay? So I guess it's a smart move because you're dealing with an enemy. So the next card is the Star reverse. Someone's dreams or wishes are not coming to fruition. Someone invested their time and energy into a person, but the situation never became a loving relationship. So that's a dream that was not fulfilled. And so the Justice card is in the reverse because it's an injustice. Like, hey, I chose a partner, that partner didn't invest in me properly, he was doing this, he was doing that, or she was doing this and that, and it's a total injustice because I wasted my time and energy, or you wasted your time and energy, okay? So the next card is the King of Swords in the reverse, okay? Now, this could be the adversary, okay? This could be a masculine or a feminine energy. Here we see a king, but it's someone in masculine energy, okay? And this King of Swords in the reverse is a person who has no scruples at all, okay? This person has no moral compass, so this is the adversary. This is the partner who was making trouble, okay? Because it's a swords energy, maybe perhaps it's air energy, intellectual energy. This person was possibly playing, I'm stumbling over words, playing mind games, okay? He was playing mind games. He was using his mouth to, like, you know, act like he's saying this, but really he's saying something else indirectly and messing with your mind, okay? So this person was not a fun person to have a relationship with, okay? So the good party, the party who was not the Seven of Swords, okay, the other party was putting in work, investing time and energy into something they thought should have been fruitful in the future. However, this card is in the reverse, so the payoff for investing in a relationship with an adversary is not going to be beneficial, okay? So the next card is the Ace of Pentacles in the reverse, okay? This is a financial loss, okay? You know, depending on how you want to see it, it could be a materialistic loss because when you break up, it's like you have to split up things, sell things, you know, divide up assets, that type of thing. So some type of loss is a consequence of the naughty behavior. And then Strength in the reverse is about weakness, but it could also be about overindulgence because the party who was in the Seven of Swords, the adversarial partner, was weak. He wasn't in his strength. If he was in his strength, he would have self-control. So that party, it could be a he or she, that party was weak and overindulgent, okay? So that is what caused the bad behavior, a lack of self-control. So the next card is the Seven of Wands in the reverse, okay? This is not really letting your guard down. This card is about a failure to negotiate. a better explanation. Let me see. The weakness here, the person who was weak, they didn't have self-control. They couldn't negotiate a good behavior pattern to continue in a relationship successfully. Okay? Therefore, because this person had no self-control, we're in the hermit mode, okay? In the hermit mode, I'm going to put the other two cards down. So the hermit mode here is about someone is imprisoned. It's like they were bad. It's like you had something good, you messed it up. And so because you messed it up, now you've been like isolated, iced out of a situation. Okay, so it's like the other party, the party who was not being mischievous, that party is like, you know what, you used me, abused me, you treated me badly, I'm not going to deal with you anymore. So now the party who was mischievous is now iced out and in I don't know if in hermit mode, but it is hermit mode, but it's not the type where you're looking within yourself. It's the type where the other party, the party that you used to be with, the party that used to be gaslighted and games were being played on that party. Well, that party is not dealing with the mischievous one anymore, okay? So this person here may be reflecting and saying, well, gosh, maybe I shouldn't have done that. I didn't realize that person would catch on. Because now this person is iced out and maybe they want back in because this is not really of their own accord. They're you know, they got the cold shoulder now. They're going to be treated in the same way that maybe not in the same way that they were treating the other party, but it's basically like talk to the hand. The person who is behaving themselves, they don't want to deal with the mischievous one anymore, okay? Now the party who is behaving him or herself is chill. They're like, look, I was doing my part. I'm so thankful for the blessings in my life. Everything's good and rosy. Now all the negativity is out of my life and I can breathe free, okay? So it's kind of like you reap what you sow. So one person was sowing mischief and the other person was sowing goodness. So the person who's sowing goodness is at least being able to feel some of the good effects. So maybe not everything was lost to a certain degree. The next card here is the Page of Swords in the reverse, okay? And this card is a card about, well, in the upright, this is about spying. But the Page of Swords reverse is about mischievousness and lies, okay? So it's almost like this party, in this picture, this is a feminine energy who's independent and doing well. So she's minding her business in happy land. Just in I don't know if secret garden is relevant. It's like it's her space. It's like the other person's not invited. So it's kind of her secret happy place, okay? And so the party who is mischievous is like, wow, I see the party that I used to mess with all the time and they're doing good and I really don't like it. So let me spread lies, gossip, and just draw negative energy in that direction over there because I don't want her to be happy. It's my job to mess her up, okay? That's not good energy. You know, the person who's making mischief, that's why that person is in hermit mode reversed. Because I guess if you do watch fairy tales and television shows in older times, like 10 years ago, you know, the good people, the righteous people are supposed to win in the end. We haven't been seeing that so much so in our times, but it's about time for those dynamics to shift where good people win, and then when people are being naughty on purpose, they don't get to contain the upper hand for very long. Like it's like it was fun to mess with that person while they had a chance, but now maybe they're in judgment, okay? Because you know God sees and knows all, okay? So this is the mischief maker here, okay? And so next to that card is the Death card reversed. So we have Page of Swords reversed, the mischief maker, the liar, and so the Death card is either Scorpio energy or a transformation. So it could be possible that a person who's making mischief is learning a lesson about mischief not reaping a good benefit. And so maybe that person is going through a transformation, or maybe that person is a Scorpio. Okay, so let's see what happens to the mischief maker. Okay, so the mischief maker may go through a transformation and become victorious. Victorious in what, may I ask? Is it in a relationship? Okay, if you look at the cards beyond this, there are no feminine relationship, feminine court cards here. So it's not in regard to a relationship. The mischief maker, when that mischief maker transformed, his or her energy became that of either self-control or something to that effect. But I think it has to do with self-control, because we saw that was what was lacking. It was a lack of self-control that was causing the problem, okay? So maybe perhaps the mischief maker did learn a lesson. And maybe that's why soulmates come into your life, so that you learn a lesson or they learn a lesson, something to that effect. So the next card is the Chariot. The Chariot is next to the transformed Scorpio energy, or the transformed mischief maker energy. So that person may be moving forward. Let's see into what. How does their energy transform? Okay, we have the King of Wands. The King of Wands is honorable and compassionate. And that's beautiful if that's what the person really is. But because I didn't understand what was going on, I was trying to figure out, well, who is this King of Wands? So when I asked that question, immediately what came out of my my after tarot deck was the Queen of Pentacles, because I wasn't even sure why was the King of Wands there. So I wasn't sure if it was an answer to my question or if it was my energy or something. I wasn't sure what happened. So I asked again. So it's possible that the King of Wands energy, remember how I said there was no feminine court card? It's possible that the King of Wands, the honorable and compassionate person, this is a masculine court card here, but the first card that popped out of the deck was the Queen of Pentacles. And so it could be possible that this masculine energy is representing a Queen of Pentacles, but I wasn't really sure. So I shuffled the deck because it just immediately popped out. I didn't even ask a question. So I'm going to put this card down. And so then when I shuffled the deck and asked again, I got 3 cards that popped out of the deck. So it's showing that the King of Wands is the energy of the good party in the relationship. I don't know how to, the best word I will use to describe it is the righteous party. The person was behaving decently and investing properly in the relationship as they should have been doing, okay? The person who was being messed with, okay? So I'm not sure if this the mischief maker did learn self-control, and maybe perhaps he is trying to move forward to the partner who left him out in the cold, possibly, because the energy of the cards that I was getting to verify who is our King of Wands so far is showing feminine energy. Let me show you the last 2 cards. So the next card is the 5 of Wands. This is about a negotiation. So the I don't know how you want to see this for yourself, but it is possible that the Scorpio energy or the mischief maker transformed into victorious self-control and did try to approach the Queen of Pentacles or the 9 of Pentacles, where that's his ex that he mistreated, okay? The ex that he mistreated, who is compassionate and honorable, okay? Let me show you. So we had the 5 of Wands card, which is about a negotiation. Possibly there is a negotiation between the two. Because this card doesn't have to represent the Queen of Pentacles or the 9 of Pentacles person. It could represent that Scorpio energy that did transform. I don't know if that person did make a total transformation or not. This is at your discretion to understand what's going on in your life. So this could be that masculine energy of the mischief maker, okay? This is one day's reading. So if he was making mischief on that day in the morning, does he all of a sudden become the King of Wands, who's honorable and compassionate in one day if he made so much mischief earlier in the day. It's very much not likely, because if that is the case, it may not be genuine. It may just be a face that you see, but it's not genuine beneath, okay? So it's almost like if you treat someone badly and then you realize it's not helping you to get what you want, all of a sudden you act nicely so you can get what you want, but that may not be genuine, okay? That's basically what I'm saying. So the last of the clarification cards that I got was the Hierophant. So I am not sure if the Nine of Pentacles court card, feminine energy, may have negotiated with this King of Wands and they made up. So it's very possible. This is one day's energy. This could be a lover's spat. Like, you made me mad this morning. I'm so annoyed by you. Get out of my face. I don't want to hear your games anymore. And then by the end of the day, they made up and they're back together again. Okay. It could be that energy. Okay. So I'm going to put this card down. So, okay. It's possible that they're reunited. You know, like how there's a saying like, never go to bed when you're in wrath, because if you do, I guess it's bad for your relationship. So this may just be a couple who normally has spats and they made up before bedtime. If this is accurately a daily reading, I'm going to put down the clarification card and put the King of Wands back here. Okay, so let's see what happens next. We have the Knight of Wands. Okay, the Knight of Wands is a disloyal knight. So an example would be the beginning energy of our Seven of Swords person, who is an adversary, up to no good, stealing swords. Okay, swords, it's almost like stealing swords. It's kind of like trying to find bones to pick with you, using words to make fights with you. Okay, let me use this against that person later on today, and they're using their words to play mind games. Okay, so that's the same person who was here making mischief. Okay, so now this final card to describe our mischief maker for this day is the Knight of Wands. The Knight of Wands is a person who's disloyal. He likes to jump from party to party, and he doesn't stick around for long. It's like he wants to sleep with you but then run off and do something else, and so he's not really faithful. Okay, I'm gonna put down 2 cards, and then I'm going to explain one more meaning for this card, this Knight of Wands. This Knight of Wands could also represent the materialization of your, like a business or something like that. Okay, so we have either energy coming into play. Okay, so it could be that our mischief maker was victorious and he gained self-control, and he maybe approached his ex, the person he made mad earlier in the day, and then let me move one of these cards, and then tried to fix things so that he wouldn't be left out in the cold. Okay, he could have transformed his energy and genuinely said, let me treat my partner with respect, and so he was maybe being honorable and compassionate later in the day. Okay, let's see. Maybe perhaps something he was working on, this Knight of Wands, King of Wands, maybe something the King of Wands was working on is starting to materialize. So maybe his work project is starting to materialize financially. Okay, or maybe his energy transformed. Okay, maybe he said, I'm gonna be compassionate to you and honorable to you, just to get in your energetic field, to that feminine energy. And then all of a sudden he dips, because he's like, let me further clarify, because see how this Hierophant card is about tradition and marriage. That means he was putting on a face. Okay, he put on a face. He said, oh no, I'm a good man, you can trust me. Okay, he got what he wanted intimately with his partner that he mistreated earlier in the day, and probably lots of times in the relationship prior, and then he dips back out again because he's really truly the Knight of Wands. Okay, so if you guys are dealing with a partner and they make mischief, on the 20th of December. They're putting on a face just to get what they want from you. So be very careful, okay? Okay, so we have the Hierophant again. Let me check because I think that was the card that we had here. So we have the Hierophant 2 times. Oh, I'm sorry, I'm laughing. Look, it's okay. Dude, when I'm upset, sometimes I say dude. Like, this guy, man, he puts on faces. So he's like, nah, I'm honorable and compassionate. Give me a kiss, honey, okay? And then he gets what he wants. Then he runs out the door and goes to do something else with someone else inappropriately. And then does he come back around to his partner in this reading and act like he's like traditional again? Or is he doing this to the other partner? Like going to the other person and saying, hey honey, how you doing, to his mistress or something? And I don't know. I'm sorry if I'm getting too excited when I'm it's almost like I'm telling a story, so I just kind of get a little bit excited. But anyway, okay, so he's acting traditional. This guy puts on faces, okay? He's sometimes naughty and sometimes nice, sometimes Jekyll and sometimes Hyde, okay? So, let me see. Is this the real motive behind this behavior? It's like, I'm in control, you know? Whatever I say, it goes. And I can do whatever I feel like doing because everybody respects me. So no matter what face I put on, I can manipulate whoever I want to. I'm wondering if that's what he's thinking. I'm trying to figure out. Because the Emperor card is about power. Someone is using their power as leverage to get what they want. And they're putting on faces and manipulating and tricking and deceiving. And the reason why this hurts. The reason why is because they're a magician. They're a chameleon. Okay, so like when I look at the cards, guys, I don't see this stuff. Like I'll do the reading and it has a completely different meaning when I'm doing it on video, okay? Because I didn't see this coming, okay? So, you guys, that's your reading for December the 20th. Good luck. God bless. Please hit the subscribe button and show me support, okay? If you need a personal reading, look down in the description box below. And if you need healing and deliverance from any devils in your life, like especially if it's your partner messing with your energy, it may be helpful to look at the ministers down at the bottom of my description box, okay? Just in general, like if you're dealing with people who are tricky and deceptive, you can pray about it, okay? Because God cares about you, okay? So, bless you again, guys, and thank you for listening, okay? Bye.